Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the Hotseat, a wireless design and development interview series where we talk about the latest wireless technologies, components, and design issues for the wireless design engineering community. Today we are speaking with Cees Links, founder and CEO of GreenPeak. Cees Links is a pioneer of the wireless data industry, a visionary leader who helped the world of mobile computing and continuous networking together. At NCR, AT&T, Lucent, and Agere, he led the teams that developed the first wireless LANs and which ultimately became household technology, Wi-Fi, integrated into the PCs and notebooks now ubiquitous worldwide. He also pioneered the development of access points, home networking routers, and hotspot base stations, all widely used today. In late 2004, Cees started with GreenPeak Technologies, a fabless semiconductor company with a strong focus on wireless for sense and control networks in combination with battery-less technology, targeting communication devices working on ambient energy. Cees's vision is to build a smarter world by developing a communications platform between devices sensing and enabling us to control our lives. Cees was involved in the establishment of the IEEE 802.11 Standardization Committee and the Wi-Fi Alliance. He was also instrumental in helping to establish the IEEE 802.15 Standardization Committee as the basis for the ZigBee sense and control networking technology and standardization. Today, Cees will be discussing the latest developments in the Smart Home and ZigBee. Welcome, Cees. Can you explain what ZigBee is?
Well, a lot of people know what Wi-Fi is. With Wi-Fi, you have all the equipment in your home connected to each other and to the internet, and you can, share the internet. You can share videos. You can do a lot of things, music and so forth. This is all about what we call content. ZigBee is something like Wi-Fi, but it's not about high data rate and content. It's not rich. Actually, ZigBee is about sense and control networks, like thermostats, security sensors, door locks, and the key with ZigBee is long battery life. So where Wi-Fi is about very high data rates, ZigBee is actually the same. It works in your whole house, just like Wi-Fi, but the equipment that is using ZigBee can have a very long battery life. That is probably the best way I can characterize ZigBee for you.
And what do smart home product developers need to know about integrating ZigBee into their devices?
Yeah, what smart home developers need to know, actually, first thing is, of course, battery life is very important. All the devices in your house, the sensors, the door locks, the thermostats, you don't want people to have to change batteries all the time. So the whole design in the first place should be very much focused on long battery life. The second thing is, it is a radio, it is an RF product. So you have devices that talk through the air with other devices or with your router or your gateway to the internet. And that means that you need to make a good radio design that gives you the range so that you can cover your house very well. So long battery life, good range, that are actually, I would say, the two key things that are important for product developers to know.
And why are the world's cable companies and service providers now shipping ZigBee in most of their new set-top boxes and gateways?
I would say the cable providers, they get it. They get it in the sense that Wi-Fi is for content, ZigBee is for sense and control networks. And a lot of people, in a way, they are kind of interested in getting more devices in their house for security, for energy management, for assisted living. And cable operators in particular, and operators more in general, see a very good opportunity to help their subscribers, to help their customers, to make their home a little bit smarter, a little bit safer, capable of better managing their energy consumption and so forth. And that is the new opportunity that operators see moving forward, and it's very much enabled by a standard data communication technology that is ZigBee.
And can you explain to us what the ZigBee smart home, smartphone architecture looks like?
Key things in the smart home, smartphone architecture is that you have a lot of equipment in your house. Say let's take for example a thermostat. Now, in a thermostat you can take care that you have the right temperature in your house. But you have to be with the thermostat to put the temperature up and down. It's way nicer that, point one, you can use your smartphone for that. And it's also very nice that you don't have to be at home, that you can essentially in any place in the world. For instance, if you drive home and you want to turn on the heating or the air conditioning, that's something that you can do with your smartphone. But then you need one architecture that is putting these things together. Now, smartphones are already connected to the internet. Your set-top box or your router is connected to the internet, and your thermostat is connected to your set-top box. So wherever you have your smartphone, wherever in your house or wherever in the world, as long as your smartphone is connected to the internet and your thermostat is connected to the internet, you can do anything with your thermostat through your smartphone and from any place in the world. And that's what we call the smart home, smartphone architecture, where everything gets integrated. And it's a very new, cool use for the smartphone as such. So we think that the smartphone will be also a key driver for the smart home.
And can you provide us with some insight on what we can expect to see from GreenPeak and ZigBee in the upcoming years in regards to smart home technology? So what other innovations do you think these technologies are leading to?
I mentioned already the two key important things for the smart home are range and battery life. And let's just give an idea. Today you have probably 10 Wi-Fi devices in your house, your smartphone, your computer, your desktop, and so forth. All these type of equipments are in your house today. And we think that in a few years from now, you may have 100 ZigBee devices in your home, which can be, light switches, lights, temperature sensors, and so forth and so forth. So if the battery life is a year and you have 100 devices in your house, you'll end up changing 2 batteries every week. So long battery life is very important. The other thing is you want to install the equipment and you want to forget about it. So you want to install, and it connects automatically to your set-top box or to your gateway and to the internet. So what are we working on? What are we working on in GreenPeak? We are working on good range for your product, long battery life, and making things very easy to install. And of course, the last thing that is very important is that equipment is affordable. The fun part is the smart home exists already today. The smart home already exists for 10 or 20 or 30 years. But it's all what we call, very high-end, very difficult to install, expensive equipment. What we think is the smart home will be as simple as the smartphone and can be used by everyone in a very simple and also cost-effective way. If one device costs $50 and you have 100 devices in your house, you'll be paying $5,000 for a smart home. Well, you'll think about it. But if every device is $5, and you have 100 devices in your house, then we're talking about $500, and then a smart home is in the same price category as a smartphone. And that are the things that we are working on to make it affordable, to bring it into the range of people that it can be easily used and easily enjoyed.
Well, those are all the questions I had for you today, Cees. Is there anything else that you think is important for our viewers to know about ZigBee or GreenPeak that you think would add to our discussion today?
Consumers, they will generally not know about GreenPeak because GreenPeak is a chip company. Consumers will know about ZigBee in the same way as they know about Wi-Fi today. If I talk with my son, my 12-year-old son, about Wi-Fi, he cannot even imagine the world existing without Wi-Fi. The future will be that the world will not exist without ZigBee, and all your devices will be connected through ZigBee in your home. Now, GreenPeak is one of the key enablers and one of the market leaders in helping product companies to connect all these devices in the home to the set-top box and the gateway. And well, that's our key mission in life. And we have seen Wi-Fi becoming a great success. We expect it from ZigBee as well.
I'd like to take this time, Cees, to thank you for joining us on today's episode of The Hot Seat. For WDD, I'm Megan Zimmet, and I'll see you next time in The Hot Seat.